heart and hope to die. Welcome to my dark side.
Welcome to the Jesse James Show. I'm your host, Jesse James, and soon to be, I guess, almost co-host,
Josh Rivera. What's going on?
So he brought over a topic today of our whole, what is this topic?
So this topic is basically about Donald Trump being a time traveler, or about his family being a time traveler back in like the 1800s. The guy talked, they talk about how Tesla and the Trumps have been partnered up since the 1800s to early on, when Donald Trump's uncle or great uncle learned how to bend time, or Tesla learned how to do it, and he died in some hotel, and then his uncle took all that information and
just kept it or something.
Yeah, just watch the video. I haven't dug deep into it, but apparently there's books that came out about this as well. Like, it's in an actual book.
I've heard similar things. So I haven't watched this video yet. So with you guys, we're going to be seeing it firsthand. Josh sent it over to me, so I'm just going to wing it. But so what I have read about things like this, where it's linking the Trumps back to different political or elite leaders or royal family members, things like that back in generations. Even I heard this about Tesla too, but I was like, man, I don't know. So here we go. We're going to watch it and we'll check it out.
Yo, to anyone who's deep in the rabbit hole, bro, buckle up, bro, because this shit is absolutely insane. So I took some notes here so I remember what to say. So in 1893, this guy named Ingersoll Lockwood wrote a 3-part book series, right? The first one is called Travels and Adventures of Little Barron Trump. The second one is called Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. And the third one is called The Last President. Alright? In the first book, Little Barron Trump lives in Trump Castle in Germany, and he finds a manuscript by a man named Don Fum that leads to underground tunnels in Russia that have portals to other dimensions. Okay? The first 2 books are just about Barron Trump and his dog, like, exploring all these weird dimensions, right? But this is where it really gets weird, bro. In the third book, The Last President, Don Fum uses these portals to become a controversial president who lives on 5th Avenue in New York. And he basically ruins the price of gold and is super controversial and ruins everything. His vice president's name is Pence, bro. That shit is absolutely crazy, but it gets even crazier, bro. Ingersoll Lockwood lived on the exact same street as Nikola Tesla when he wrote this book series. At the very same time that he was living on this street with Nikola Tesla was claiming that he invented time travel. Like, he deadass was saying, I'm about to make freaking time traveling portals and we're about to do it. And a little bit after, he mysteriously dies in a hotel, and all of his blueprints, all of his inventions are in this hotel when he dies. Guess who gets sent, along with the CIA, to pick up his blueprints? John G. Trump. Trump's literal blood uncle, bro. Think about it, bro. It gets even deeper, though. Wernher von Braun, Nazi scientist, by the way, founder of NASA, wrote a book called Project Mars in 1953 about a man named Elon who takes everyone to Mars. The founder of NASA. And now Trump and Tesla are working together. They got space and time. Think about it, 5th Avenue right by Times Square. I'm telling you, dog, this shit is a simulation, bro.
All right. That's pretty funny.
My brain doesn't type and watch at the same time. So I was over here just messing this thing up.
All right, here. So what is at Fifth Avenue?
Where Donald Trump lives. That's what he was saying.
Donald Trump doesn't live at Fifth
Well,
Avenue.
I mean, he's in the White House now. But
Even when it was Pence. What was at Fifth Avenue before Donald Trump and Mike
I don't know.
or Pence, whatever his name is? And then what city did he say? You remember what city he said?
Well, Times Square is where in Manhattan?
New York.
Manhattan, right?
Times Square, New York.
Times Square, New York.
Right? So we could just almost go through all of his claims real quick and see what is there, you know? So at Fifth Avenue, so 34th and 5th, you have the Empire State Building. You have New York Public Library at 42nd and 5th Avenue. St. Patrick Cathedral, 50th and 5th Avenue. All right, let's see. Does Donald Trump any property at or on 5th Avenue?
Yeah.
So he owns Trump Tower, and that's it. Okay, so that's pretty close coincidence, if that's true.
But we have to go back to what year was that? 1900?
Well, they're talking in the future, so like time travel, you almost can't put a date on it, right?
Oh, so what I'm saying is he said that Tesla lived in the same place that Donald Trump now lives in.
Did he? I don't think he said that. I think he said that. Well, okay, let's watch it again.
Go back.
Yo, to anyone who's deep in the rabbit hole, bro, buckle up, bro, because this shit is absolutely insane. So, I took some notes here, so I remember what to say. So, in 1893, this guy named Ingersoll Lockwood wrote a 3-part book series, right? The first one is called Travels and Adventures of Little Barron Trump. The second one is called Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. And the third one is called The Last President. Alright? In the first book, Little Barron Trump lives in Trump Castle in Germany. And he finds a manuscript by a man named Don Frum that leads to underground tunnels in Russia that have portals to other dimensions. Okay? The first 2 books are just about Barron Trump and his dog, like, exploring all these weird dimensions, right? But this is where it really gets weird, bro. In the third book, The Last President, Don Frum uses these portals to become a controversial president who lives on 5th Avenue in New York. And he basically ruins the price of gold and is super controversial and ruins everything. His vice president's name is Pence, bro. That shit is absolutely crazy, but it gets even crazier, bro. Ingersoll Lockwood lived on the exact same street as Nikola Tesla when he wrote this book series. At the very same time that he was living on this street with Nikola Tesla was claiming that he invented time travel. Like, he deadass was saying, I'm about to make freaking time traveling portals and we're about to do it. And a little bit after, he mysteriously dies in a hotel, and all of his blueprints, all of his inventions are in this hotel when he dies. Guess who gets sent, along with the CIA, to pick up his blueprints? John G. Trump. Trump's literal blood uncle, bro. Think about it, bro. It gets even deeper, though. Wernher von Braun, Nazi scientist, by the way, founder of NASA, wrote a book called Project Mars in 1953 about a man named Elon who takes everyone to Mars. The founder of NASA. And now Trump and Tesla are working together. They got space and time. Think about it, 5th Avenue right by Times Square. I'm telling you, dog, this shit is a simulation, bro.
All right, dude.
So it was Don Fume that he was saying lived on that 5th. Okay.
He didn't live on 5th Avenue. He lived down the street from Tesla. Tesla didn't live on 5th Avenue.
So who lived on 5th Avenue?
Trump. Trump lives on 5th Avenue. And he spoke about it that the president would come from 5th Avenue. So I took some very shaky notes, right? Very shaky notes. We can call it very shaky, not very precise or anything. So this is what I understand was Barron Trump they had 3 books laying out their presidency, laying out what Trump was doing in Germany, Barron was doing in Germany and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Because he had Barron lived at Trump Castle in Germany, right? And Barron Trump went on these journeys through these dimensional portals, which that was the whole story of each book. And it ended up into the book being, he read this manuscript from Don Frum about the portals, and then, manuscript about the portals. Then they go into the presidency, living on Fifth Avenue, and his vice president was Pence, right?
Yeah, and that about ruining the price of gold.
Yeah, he was supposed to ruin the price of gold and ruin everything.
Yeah.
That's what he said, right?
Yep.
And then, what was it, Ingersoll Lockwood?
Ingersoll Lockwood.
Lived on the same street. Lockwood lived on the same street of Tesla, and that was the guy that wrote the books.
Yeah, he wrote the books.
Yeah.
In the 1900s.
Yeah. So he wrote those books, and this is all speaking about time travel, right?
Yeah.
And Nikola Tesla at that same time was trying to invent time travel,
or he claims to have invented a way to bend time.
Yeah. So, and then it moves forward into he dies. What, in the hotel?
In the hotel.
So he dies. So then Trump's uncle goes with the CIA to pick up all the blueprints and move on, and then take it into whatever they were doing, right? And then Wernher von Braun wrote a book of, what was it called? Something
He wrote
of Mars.
a book. I don't know. I forget what the name of the book was. But in the book, he talks about Tesla taking us to Mars.
Yeah, not Tesla. A guy named Elon.
Oh yeah, a guy named Elon, not Tesla.
Yeah,
Elon taking us to Mars.
Was it Journey to Mars or something? I don't know. Whatever, but we seen it in there. So it was that Mars book. So the Nazi, and it almost goes back to the Trump Castle in Germany.
Yes.
Wernher von Braun being a German Nazi scientist, inventor of the A-bomb, right? and then so he writes this book. That's Elon. Oh, it was called Elon to Mars, right? No, I don't know. Could be anything. So Tesla. And then, so Tesla is space, Elon is space, everything up there, and Trump controls time. That was his theory of it. Dude, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, it sounds pretty believable. Sounds a little crazy.
The books is what's making it believable.
Yeah.
The fact that there's 3 books out there that were written in the early 1900s and late 1800s, that is the part that's like got me like, is this true? But I think we have to read the books to really really get more information. Like,
do you think it was like just a series of completely unrelated events with people having the same name? Project Mars was one of them. Was one of the books.
I think that theory can be fact checked with the fact that it's Donald Trump's uncle. Like, why is Donald Trump's uncle involved in this as well? It's just too close of a coincidence.
Yeah, how many series how many coincidences is too much?
Exactly.
Is it like, Elon? What's the odds of that kid?
What's the odds of? What's the guy name?
When was that book written?
Which one?
Project Mars.
Project Mars. Let me see.
Like if we could find out when Project Mars was written, and then cross-reference that to how common was the name Elon at that time, and how old is Elon, right? That would probably be like the best way to figure some of this stuff out, right? So he wrote that book, man, during the war? Right after the war?
It says 1940s.
Right after the war.
So he wrote the book in the 1940s.
Okay, so Wernher von Braun wrote Project Mars a technical tale in 1948. While
So this one's not. Which one's this? This is by Lockwood.
yeah, but so and that's while interned at Fort Bliss, Texas, after coming to the U.S. under Operation Paperclip. He was the original science fiction novel combined with the detailed technical appendix about how crewed expeditions to Mars might work. The manuscript wasn't published until 2006, long after his death. The book is notable because von Braun described a fleet of 10 large spacecraft carrying about 70 people on the first mission to Mars. Very ambitious for 1940s. So that was the book Project Mars. I don't know, man. That seems right up his alley. They would probably be thinking the same thing. But what were the odds? How popular was the name Elon in 1948? That would probably be the next question I would ask. Like how popular was his name in 1948 when he wrote that?
Actually, I'm gonna let you do that.
No, just write that.
Oh.
You should have just put how popular was the name Elon in 1948.
Nah.
Why?
It wasn't in the top 1,000 names.
Yeah, you could have found the same information with 5 words.
Hey, man. I was trying to be very specific.
We're broad strokes right now.
Yeah.
You don't want to narrow down too quickly. You want to stay very broad.
Okay.
Right? Because if you narrow down too quickly, then you get a narrow mindset.
Gotcha.
So you want to stay really for me, that's how I do research. Like I want to be broad. I want to know like how
if I cater it towards what's going on, I'm gonna find more information about what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you.
So like right now you just found out Project Mars, name of Elon was the kid, right? And it wasn't very popular. It didn't even make the top 1,000 names in America, right?
Nope.
So
it says that when von Braun used Elon in Project Mars, it wasn't because it was common name. It was obscure and likely chosen for its biblical and ancient flavor. I think we have to read the books.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
What's the name of the? Okay, you got it right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm. As you're pulling this information, I'm collecting that information too. So it's like almost a working group.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you guys have any other ways that you guys collect information and gather information. This is probably one of the easiest ways I do it. Is I'll start making a entire like almost checklist of everything. Like I want to get all the names of the books, right? From those books, I'll probably pull quick summaries of those or read the back of it kind of thing and put those underneath that. Now I have all the books. Then I get the dates lined up with what that guy said. And I almost pick apart his story to find the commonality or find the truth or is it real or is it not? And then if I hit to a point where it's like, man, that's just not feasible, I usually just stop and be like, look, this is where I stopped because it's not feasible.
You should get into journalism.
Nah, I don't want to do that. It's weird. Actually, this is
the same.
That's podcast.
Yeah,
I'm not
the
saying
same thing.
Yeah. All right, where was I? But that's how I pick apart a story. Hey, comment down below. Let me know what you guys do to pick apart a story. So that way, I don't know, maybe it'll make me better, make you guys better. We can collaborate, work it out. That would be awesome. What else did you pull up?
So I have the books pulled up, Travels and Adventures of Little Barron Trump and His Wonderful Dog, Bugger. That was published in 1889. Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey, published in 1893. And then The Last President, also known as The Last President. Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Do you think with that, man, you got to actually think that Trump is the last president?
With everything that's going on right now and the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, Trump did say that he would like to be the last president, right?
I don't know. I've never heard of anything like that. I guess it all depends on, yeah. I haven't heard of that yet. That sounds like some Democrat spin, like, oh man, like he's a fascist. He says he's going to be the last president and it's over. It's him from now on, And
I should have been more
but,
specific.
yeah, that sounds like some conspiracy thing, man. But
all right, okay. So even if it is, or if they're trying to make it a conspiracy and link the two and make something that it's not, It goes back to the coincidences.
Well, if that is if the end game is Trump is the last president, which Trump? How many Trumps are there now? You have Donald Trump, right?
Yeah.
You got Junior, right? And then you have his other Eric Trump, and then you have Barron Trump, right? So which Trump is the last Trump president? Is it Barron Trump? He's what, 18, 20?
Now that you're taking it in that direction, I could see that happening too. I could see that being the future pathway for his family. You know, like you got
the dynasties. You
Yeah,
have
the
like
dynasty.
a Kennedy
Yes.
dynasty,
Yep.
or the Clintons. The Clintons wanted to do that. You know, like Biden, he would want the same thing. You know, everybody tries to create that dynasty.
Yeah, Bush.
Yeah, Bush is perfect, right?
Yeah.
So,
I could see that happening.
yeah, maybe it's Barron Trump. The books are written about Barron Trump. You know, this Trump isn't it. Maybe he's setting the stage for it, right?
Barron Trump. It could be that.
Maybe it's Barron.
We're just focusing on the fact that Donald Trump, because now we're getting their information. Bro, I think that that's what it is.
You think?
I think that
Barron
it
Trump?
could be Barron Trump, man.
How old is Barron Trump? I know he's in college, so he's like at least 18, going probably closer to 20 now, right? Maybe that's the case, right?
Yeah, but or what about Elon? What about the coincidence that Tesla and Trump, the Trump family, are working together?
They, you know, to be honest,
What's that? Where,
it's not that. I think Nikola Tesla had a little bit different mindset.
He's 19.
19. I think he had a little bit different mindset than Elon. Elon bought the name of Tesla, right? That's what he did. He ended up buying the name. I forgot what he actually paid for it, but that's how Tesla came back again, right? So, like how, what's his name? Trump's uncle cooperated with the CIA
Yeah,
to get that stuff. I think,
but why? That's the
I don't think Nikola Tesla would have worked with Trump's uncle. You know what I mean? Because he wanted to give free. Like Nikola Tesla wanted, you know the difference between AC and DC current, right? AC current is like what we operate inside our houses. DC current is what operates your car, like batteries and stuff
Gotcha.
like that. Direct current and alternating current. That's what it actually means. But so if Nikola Tesla had this plan that instead of having like almost like a wire running to every single street lamp, he was able to put electricity through the air because it's already there anyways, right? So he had this idea to put, I think it might have been AC or even DC. You guys can correct me on that. But he wanted to have like free internet, almost like Wi-Fi. I mean, not free internet, free electricity like Wi-Fi. But if you think about it, and like the government as being like, man, we need to take capitalism, right? We need to sell this to people, not give it away for free. So, dude dies. He's already almost public enemy number one to the government because he's
doesn't
trying
have
to get
anybody to pass on his work to. I'm
yeah,
assuming.
that too. And so Trump's and the CIA, who are, you know, big names even then, jump in there, take this stuff, keep it, probably maybe even try to reverse engineer it, get it a little better. Wernher, what was his name? Wernher von Braun.
Yeah,
Very smart gentleman, right? So I don't know. Maybe it's a coincidence, but it could be that maybe it's not Donald Trump, though. I don't think it's Donald Trump.
There's definitely something going on there, though. I don't think this is just coincidence.
Okay, so you have the Trump.
I want to have to look into it, like really deep dive into this.
You have the Trump dynasty, right?
Yeah.
Right now. So you have Donald Trump, president, J.D. Vance, vice president, right? Next dude sets up J.D. Vance, president, Trump Jr., vice president, right? Boom. It just keeps rolling like that, right? When Trump Jr. becomes president, if he does, he'll get someone that's very familiar to him, not a family member, not his brother, and he'll pull in another good vice president that is loyal loyal to the Trump way of life, MAGA way of life, conservative way of life, right?
What do you think about Hegseth? What do you think? Do you think he could be a potential vice president or president?
I don't know. I don't know, man. How many secretaries of defense have transitioned to president? You know, makes you wonder. But I don't know. I don't see him as maybe not right now. He's in the.
I could see a pathway.
Yeah, but if there's a maybe like Eric Trump's VP,
Yeah.
that's probably you're looking 9 years from now is probably when about that time would be happening.
Yeah, I could see that happening though. I could see him up there at least vice president.
And what do you think about him being like Secretary of War? Damn,
I mean, after watching that embarrassing video of him trying to do pull-ups, I don't know, man.
Embarrassing? How is that embarrassing?
Bro, it wasn't even a pull-up. Like, what are we talking about here?
The last Secretary of Defense, did you ever see him?
No, I didn't. But I also don't see him talking sideways like this guy does.
That dude dressed like Darth Vader during COVID.
Okay.
Did you see how fat he was? If you're complaining about a pull-up, bro.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, come on, bro. If it was hilarious.
You're laughing at. Well, it is funny, but like, man, if you want,
you're supposed to be this macho guy. You talk all tough all the time, but you can't even do a pull up.
I talk tough as hell all the time, even loud on here, right? You gonna knock me for a pull up?
You have some other circumstances.
What's his?
I don't know what his circumstances.
Oh,
damn, dude! What, like, is this guy like?
No, I just think it's pretty funny that like people will be like, "Oh man, he can't do a pull up," and I'm like, "Bro, did you see the last SecDef?" Like,
no, I get it. Okay,
that dude literally dude, he went to the hospital for what, a week or 2 or 5 days.
Beyond that, he's fucking a healthy guy. Like
yeah,
you know what I mean.
What if he had rotated?
I agree. I agree with the standards and discipline that he's trying to enforce, or that he is enforcing.
Oh man, I don't even remember Lloyd Austin. There you go. This was the SecDef before Hegseth.
Yeah, Hegseth.
Before Pete, the Secretary of War, man. This was him. How many pull-ups do you think he's doing? Hey, let me bring this up real quick. Man, you know what? Now that I have his name, let's actually...
Dude, I was just making a joke, dude.
I know.
Now you're going down on one.
I know. But, well, because it's funny. I mean, it is funny. I did laugh at it, but like, man, if you put it in comparison, this was the last SecDef. Look at this guy.
He's probably a lot older, too. Because Pete's pretty young.
And that's the perfect thing that Pete is trying to do, is set the standard now of like, hey, we don't need these old dudes trying to tell us what to do.
Yeah.
We need our generation, the warfighter generation that just got out of it, or even that, you know, I don't even know what Lloyd Austin did, actually.
Bro, I think that is good because we have like a bunch of 80-year-olds and 70-year-olds in these high seats, and they're like, what are you doing?
Dude, I know you've shaken the hands of generals or seen generals, and you were like, or sergeant majors, or even me on my way out. I was, big old belly.
Yeah, I've shaken some hands of people that are like not into this, like not the standard, like higher ups, and it's just like, I get it, you're a sergeant major, but this is the Army, and you still need to adhere to the standards and not just pencil whip some shit.
Yeah.
You see it far too often though, dude. People get staff sergeant and think that they can just, all right, I can write my own fucking PT test.
Yeah. Man, what is this? Lloyd Austin's credentials?
Credentials.
Oh, I can't even spell credentials right. What is it? Credentials. All right, so dude, on this Department of War stuff, bringing the generals in and talking. What?
Is that him? He's a retired 4-star United States Army general.
Okay, this is what Gronk said. Dude, all he has is MBA, dude. I got an MBA. I'm working on my second master's. Like, this is what it takes to be a general.
It was a different time. It was a different time.
I have the same qualifications as this dude, except
When did he retire?
I don't know. 41 years. He spent 41 years there, and look what the military became. 41 years. That is disgusting. So he was a platoon leader in 7th Infantry or in 3rd Infantry, assistant division commander. Oh, so he never even seen combat. What the heck? He was that for 20 years? And company commander? What?
For 20 years?
No way. Look at that. From 1980s and then 2003. Where's that gap? A division, 3rd Division commander. He stayed in the 3rd Infantry Division that entire time. So he probably just worked his way up. Assistant division commander. Then he became the commanding general in '08.
He's got a Silver Star.
Dude, that's fake. Never even seen combat. Well, he might have seen. Nope. This was full-on leadership from there on out. So this one, where he's assistant division commander, he's probably light colonel or full. No, he's probably a full bird at that time, huh?
What's his name again?
Lloyd Austin. It's right here. Lloyd J. Austin. So he became a commanding general in '08 to '09 over multinational corps in Iraq. That's probably why Iraq failed. 2010, 2011, U.S. forces commanding general in U.S. forces in Iraq, directing the drawdown. Probably why that failed too. Didn't even see that. Vice Chief of Staff, 2012 to 13. Wasn't that all the drawdown during Afghanistan and Iraq? So that was probably why. That was another horrible debacle. 2013 to 2016.
Well, that really got you going on this one now.
Dude, it's annoying. I hate. You know what? Because it was the coin fight. We literally, SF, when they first went in, I know you heard of
Those
the 12 horsemen.
12 horsemen.
Right? So a couple SF teams, it wasn't just 12, I think it was 3 SF teams, maybe more, maybe 5, went into country and linked up with the Northern Alliance and decimated the Taliban before anybody even knew about it, right? All 2000, not 2000, the end of 2001, I think it started 2002, they kicked off. And then by the end of 2002, it was set. The operation was set. It was done. There wasn't more. Boom. What happened? You know what? It was probably, 2003
Is when he
starts, like, this style leadership started taking over, right? His style leadership started taking over. And it just all went downhill from there. And then you get people that are coming in later. I think it was like 2000 and maybe 8 or something, maybe 9. They started doing the coin fight. I don't know if you ever heard of that. But, dude, it was like counterinsurgency. I don't even know. But it was giving money, like kissing babies, giving soccer balls, not taking the fight to the enemy, and just waiting until we got attacked, right? And so probably like 2010, 2011, that really set in. And every deployment after that was like drive around, or for a short time was drive around until you got shot at or blown up, and then try to figure it out and fight back, right? It wasn't taking the fight to the enemy. You did have tier 1 elements, tier 2 elements taking the fight, Ranger Bat, SF, SEALs. They were taking the fight to the enemy in many ways. But there was this transition period where you had OEF going to ISAF. That was the two, like the 2 campaigns or something, whatever it was. But it was the rules of engagement over
It changed over time.
Yeah, so the OEF rules had like a lot less restrictions on it, especially for the big army and stuff like that. Even group SF, but like working with SF teams and stuff back then, they were doing that same thing, right? They were trying to get OEF guys, because they came in under ISAF, to go with them on flyaways or driving out or anything, but because I remember there was like different rules, like you could hold detainees for a longer period of time for tactical questioning, things like that. I forgot what it was, but man, it was so long ago. But I remember things like that. And
Well-
then this style leadership started taking over, man. And it almost
that fits the timeline.
Yeah, look,
it fits the
commanding
timeline
general.
perfectly. That it would like this guy's the reason why.
one of them. He did
At
it
least
in
one of them.
Iraq.
Yeah, at least one of the reasons why.
Yeah. And then look, 2016, Donald Trump comes in. Boom. Later, dog.
Yeah. So with all of that being said, this only like makes me believe or makes me think that Pete could potentially become a vice president, man.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah. I think he could. I mean, everything's open to
He's
it.
so young in the game right now.
Yeah. Dude,
There's time.
I know it's been a short time since you got out. What do you think about this whole Pete saying no more beards?
I disagree with it, man.
What? Really?
I disagree with it. I don't think a beard makes you look any less professional.
What do you think about the Brits Army compared to the U.S. Army? Since, you know.
I mean, I don't know a lot about the Brits. I
Any
really
country.
don't.
Pick a
I
country
really
that
don't know.
allows you to have a beard. Do you think?
Well, I know. So I was deployed with the Italians for a little bit, and man, their uniforms were always nice. They always, dress good, but they had beards.
Uh-huh.
They had beards, and they were allowed to have some beer in uniform. And I didn't think of it like, that's unprofessional.
What do you think of that about them tactically speaking, since we are an army and it brings in war?
Well, I think our army, well, I know our army tactically is a lot more sound. But that boils down to a whole nother topic. Your beards and your uniform don't have anything to do with your tactical.
Why not? Wouldn't that be discipline?
Why do I have to have discipline? Why is discipline correlated with shaving?
Well, I mean, do you have enough discipline to shave every single day of your life? Even though it sucks, it's dumb, do you have the basic discipline to shave? Because then it's like, well, I got to also stay up all night for fire guard or watch or something. Do I have that basic discipline to stay awake? Right? All of these small things that people don't really think of them as like a mental thing. Like, yeah, for sure, like having a beard or whatever is like it probably doesn't affect much, right? But the big difference is, are you disciplined enough? Are you going to follow orders? Are you going to, even if it's the smallest thing?
So even then, let's say that okay, you can have beards, but it's a certain outline. You still have to have the discipline to make sure you adhere to that standard as well. I don't think that you should just, you can just have a beard. It can be as long as you want. It can look however you want. I think that it should be the same thing as a shaving profile. You can have a beard. It has to be clean cut all the time, so on and so forth.
But what happens when you have to start to correct that?
Okay, and you still have to correct people not shaving.
But now I have to, well,
you still have to correct it.
yeah, but that's even easier. Instead of going over there and be like, hey, is your beard within a certain standard?
So you're there. I see you're trying to, that's wasted time. I shouldn't have to wait.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to go around and make sure your beard is in standard, right?
Yeah.
I should be able to just look at you. Oh, no hair on your face. You're good. Easy time. I can focus on the real problems. Why the fuck am I worried about a beard if there's real problems?
Well, I mean, also you have, I don't know if there's actually been studies on it, but the whole sealing of the mask, right? When we were supposed to go into, even being a SF dude, like, man, I can't grow a beard to save my life. You guys see this? Joe Dirted all day, right? But so if I got to sit there, like, it doesn't affect me. I never really had a beard anyway, so I would just throw my mask on and carry on, But if we were going to go into like an environment like Syria or something like that where they were running gas or something, everybody shaved, even group dudes, I
mean, but that's mission dependent. Shave it. It's
so why
life or
not
death.
skip? When wouldn't it? If it's always life and death for the military, shave, save your life.
You have a fair point.
It's always life or death.
All right. So what about the guys that literally like their entire face turns into a crunch bar?
They've even said there is still profiles and stuff like that for people, you know, but you have people that are like, I understand there's kids that probably never shaved much. Maybe they're out in the field and they shave and they cut themselves and boom, they got a staph infection.
Yeah.
Right? Quick, easy staph infection comes on fast, right? The
issue is that when they get a shaving profile, most of these people or doctors or PAs or whoever they are, they give them a permanent instead of giving them a temporary one where it's like, okay, this is it for 2 years or this is it for 6 months, and then you're gonna come back and get reevaluated. That's where things are getting a little bit crazy, and everyone's getting shaving profiles, and they don't need it.
Right.
But it's gonna ruin that for the people that are actually having medical issues with their skin.
Yeah, I get that, but like, man, you get profiles for all kinds of things and waivers and so on, you know, and like that's doable. Individual basis, yeah, but for everybody, I think they should shave. If you want, just like they said, like if you want a beard, go SF, plain and simple, you know. Okay. Like I know that's coming from me as like maybe I'm a big head because of being a GB or something, you know, but I mean, there's a lot of attachments that wherever we go to, they all grow beards, you know. So if you want to do that, go do that. Go be in that next tier. You know, you go to the tier higher, they have hair profiles, right?
Yeah.
Where some of those dudes get some long hair.
No, I get it. You like know? going from like big army, just moving up to, you know, support level of being in 160th, and then going from 160th to group. You know, you get a little bit more leeway in each aspect.
It's like big boy rules.
Yeah, you get a little bit more big boy rules as you go on.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Like
it's like being deployed. You know, I mean, we're deployed with you guys. I may not be a long tabber or anything, but we're deployed with you guys, and it's like we still have some standards that are like, hey, you're not dumb, so you can't do that, even on deployment.
Right. Well, you got to also look at it. I know you've worked with 18-year-old privates.
Oh yeah,
right.
Definitely.
And you're like,
my friend that came here, the one that the white kid, blonde hair.
Oh yeah.
He was like 18 years old when he was my soldier.
But
that's like 27 now.
That's why I think that like just the aspect of having the discipline and just almost even though it sucks, you know, I get what you're saying. Do it with the private
discipline. I just don't. The beard is just like, all right, dude, it's not that big of a deal. Man, in my opinion, that's how I feel about it. If I was still in the army, I'm still gonna fucking shave. So like, it doesn't matter.
That's why I think it's like that's all obvious. Also, that's why
it's gonna be like, oh damn, that sucks. We can't grow our beards, but it's been that way.
Also, that's why I think that you know that it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, both sides.
Yeah,
it's not that big of a deal on both sides. I don't. Whatever.
Even being SF, I shaved every day, and I would be pissed if I showed up and there was like some dude that had like a 5 o'clock shadow. I'd be like, dude, go shave. But Sergeant, I'm like, dude, I don't care. Do you see me, dog? Shave. You know, thanks for wasting my time. You know, I got other stuff to do. That's the big difference. Like, you know, like, bro, I don't know. Get ready for this TrayCon, you know, I need to test all my equipment. I need to make sure all this stuff is working. I got a laundry list. Then you show up in the team room and everybody has a problem with commo. You know, there's a laundry list there, you know, and then you got to run over to your Delta and he's clean shaved and you got to run over to him and be like, hey man, I got all these issues. I need this done. And then he's got 11 other dudes doing the same thing. Like, hey man, I need all this done with 10 other dudes. And I go over to, I don't know, S1, right? And you walk in there and this dude's like, and he's not shaved. I'll be like, dude, you better get to work, shave. For one, I'm going to go talk to your E7 because, dude, it's disgusting. I have to put on a full-on uniform every day of my life. And you can just, I hate that.
I got you.
You know? Epitome of the standard. Just set it and that's it. Set it and forget it. SF dude's got a shave on their back.
Yeah.
If you see an SF dude not shaved or even 5 o'clock shadow, doesn't that piss you off?
No.
That never pissed you off?
No, because they earned that shit.
Nah.
That's just my opinion.
Even as an SF dude, I'll be like, all right, that dude's getting ready to go somewhere if he's got a like full on shaving profile where he doesn't have to shave. But if it's like, come on, bro, we can't show these people that. Shave, you know, tuck your hair back so it doesn't look long, you know.
The hair bothered me.
Fat. When I was fat, I felt bad, you know.
The hair bothered me.
Like I hated even fatter soldiers. You know, I ran remedial PT just because I hated it.
I used to hate training my soldiers when they had to do remedial.
Yeah. Dude, I found this. You know what pisses me off? The other day, I don't know. I was just,
my wife just texted me. What time are you coming back?
Yeah, it's almost noon. Oh, man, I was looking for it.
Left at 8 o'clock.
Well, you went and did
I
some
did
other
some other
stuff.
shit.
But so I went, I don't know, man. I was just scrolling through and I seen this other Army guy that I follow. I can't remember his name, but he's a master sergeant. Full on beard, dude. In America.
Black guy?
No,
White guy?
White dude. Or no, Hispanic dude. Even plays in a band, dude. I'm trying to find it. But yeah, my problem with my social media is it just blows through so fast. I can't even remember where half the stuff was, you know? Because there'll be like some comment. Oh man, don't click on that. That'll take us to Facebook. But yeah, dude. So like, I don't know if you're here in America and dude, don't get me wrong. Like full beard or whatever, clean shave, looks nice. Just not military.
But you think that that's a part of discipline?
What?
Shaving is the minimum thing that you could do discipline wise.
Shaving?
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of other things. I just think it's another thing.
Another small thing that shows that it's like I guess going to college. They want to, employers want to see that you can go from high school, do another thing for 4 years and take 5 classes and so on and so forth and show me that you can be consistent.
Yeah. If I knew what I knew,
I can wake up, shave, I'm consistent.
Yeah. If I knew what I knew right now about just that discipline that the leadership wanted to see, like if I was 18-year-old Jesse, like joining the Army, like, I'm doing this, like, and if I knew that if I just stopped thinking almost and just did exactly what they said until the point where they were started asking my opinion, and just gathered all of that stuff, bro.
Nah, I think about it. I've been thinking about that recently. Like if some shit happened, kicked off, would I go back if I had the opportunity to go back? I'm like, if I did, I would go back with so much more wiser than I was when I first went in, and I realized like the things that I should have done. You know what I'm saying?
Would you go back?
Would I go back? If there was an opportunity, I think I would. If there was a reason, if there was a real on, like, hey, we need more troops. This is the battle. I think I would go back.
Dude, like me and Frank talked about WW3 the other day, right? If it kicks off, right? Yeah. But if I don't care, any war. If any war kicked off and there was like troops were just going, right? You know what I would do? I would 100% be like, where do you guys need me training, helping, anything? If you guys got to put people forward and you guys want me to teach basic training or guns or JTACery or whatever, I don't care. Just utilize me somewhere. I would volunteer my time 100%. I'd be like, let's do this. If that's the only way I can give back, I would do it.
Yep.
But
I didn't think about that. I think I would do that.
Right? But to take me back to the fight, oh man, now that's probably a little, I don't know. Would you? The fight would have to be close
for me to like really get in the fight.
Right. I would have to.
I don't want to just go fight some bullshit, something that is none of our business.
That would be like that moral choice. But I would volunteer all my time. Any kind of training they would want or ask me to do, I would just do it. I'd just be like, all right, let's go. I'll help out. Let's,
like I'm 33. You imagine WW3 in like, I don't know, 2-3 years? Like I'm still young. And if I can go out there and fucking help and make sure people come back home, I think that's something that I would want to do. It'd be hard to leave, but it'll be harder to just turn my back, or I'll feel like I'm turning my back.
You know what? I wouldn't say that I wouldn't go. Because I think that the way you put it that way too, I would say that, like, man, you know, like, if they did ask, somebody did ask, I would have to have that hard discussion.
Yeah,
for sure.
You could be the factor of, you know, a team of dudes staying alive and not staying alive.
Dude, you know what? If they were like, hey, it's you or your son, I'd be like, I'd break my son's knee, or like, you know, do something very drastic, and I'd be like, hey, I'm going. Send me.
Yeah.
Got it.
No,
You know?
yeah, it's definitely. There's no question.
Dude, okay.
What time? My bag is packed. What time?
Right? I got a go bag. I got a couple of them. Matter of
Yeah.
fact. Okay, but so this is the bearded guy I was talking about right here. I found him, nerded out real quick. But so this is what I was saying. Listen to this guy.
Last video you're gonna see me making with the beard, because they got us, chat. They freaking got us. It was fun while it lasted. Rules are rules. This is probably the last video you're gonna see me making with the beard.
So I've seen some of his videos, and I didn't know that he was actually active. I thought he was just making, you know, content.
I don't know, man. But if he's not active and he's wearing that, it doesn't matter. Even if if he's in uniform, shaved.
You think that looks unprofessional?
Yeah. Especially the way he's talking.
Yeah, the way
100. Yeah. That is exactly the epitome of unprofessional. You're a senior non-commissioned officer.
When that video, if I'm being honest with myself, it burnt me up a little bit.
And he's like, they got us, fam. You know, like, it's been good while it lasted. Bro, it's been good while it lasted? Really? You know how many of my... you know, I don't even want to get into that bullshit. But you know what? Look, like, this is crazy to me. Like, he can look at Master Sergeant. Look at how he's driving. No hands, got a knife, popping open a Red Bull, and he's shotgunning it with a beard.
And a drill sergeant patch.
I'm sorry, nobody's seen this. Check this out. Master Sergeant, an EA in the U.S. Army. He's not infantry. He has a cab. He's been deployed before. A villa. Drill sergeant, not paying attention to the road, not driving with his hands, bearded up, and you're saying that is the epitome of lack of discipline. All right, so following on to this same guy, right? So that was the Red Bull thing. And we thought about it that maybe this guy wasn't the driver, right? So we're like, all right, man, maybe he's not driving. He's passenger. It looks like he's passenger, right? So we're like, boom, next video. Where's his right hand? This would be his right hand, because is this your left shoulder? Is that the right patch for the left shoulder?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Or is your patch on the right side?
It's on the left side. No, your patch is on the right. No, it's on the left. Your patch is on the left.
Is it? Man, I'm trying to look at all of these photos.
Your patch is on the left. No, your patch is on the right, dude. Look, it's on the right.
Patch is on the right. So that would be his. Okay, so he's the driver. That's on the inside.
The camera just makes it look weird.
Yeah, so that's even more proof, because even in this photo right here, this is my left arm. Right?
Yeah, that's your left
tabbed arm. Up and everything. This is his right arm. Boom, flag. Right? So right arm, that would be his right side inside the vehicle.
No, because his badge, because the badge goes on the right. Yeah.
So, okay. So that's another even
his
clue.
name, his badge, right side.
Yep. That's another clue right there, too. So this dude literally driving no hands with
a knife,
chugging a Red Bull.
Not even like stabbing this Red Bull and shotgunning it.
Right?
Not even chugging it. He's shotgunning this motherfucker.
Armando 1989. Dude, he's younger. Well, he's probably your age. He's younger than me. He's older than you. Are you a 90s baby, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, 90s baby. In a 80s Mercedes?
Yeah, I was born in 92.
Weird, right? So, I mean,
You were born the same year as my wife.
This is really, dude, she's awesome. So literally, this is why I think discipline, like shaving your beard,
He
is
has
needed.
other problems.
Mentally.
Yeah, he's got other discipline problems. He made E8 and he was like, yeah, I'm the fucking man.
And he's teaching all his juniors that's okay.
It makes you wonder what he taught the kids coming through basic training.
Right? That you can drive with your knife, stab a Red Bull, and shotgun it while keeping a beard. All in the military.
I feel bad for this guy. You're about to go on a deep dive.
Dude, yeah, man. That's my nerd level. I don't know. I just like to gather information.
That's why you need to be a journalist.
I don't really do much with it, dude. Do you know?
You're gathering all the information already.
Do you know who Cory Mills is? Representative Cory Mills.
The name sounds familiar.
He's a Florida representative out of District 7. And another GB showed me this, man. You ever heard of the podcast called Green Beret Chronicles? I'll put them in the link, but have you ever heard of them?
Yeah.
So Green Beret Chronicles has a full page on Cory Mills, and they're even offering, oh man, this is hilarious. So he's even offering $1,000
Guaranteed.
if you prove that this isn't real, and man, it is a crazy.
This is the video?
That's a whole podcast about it. But so he has this, let me see, Cory Mills. Where's Cory Mills? He does this about Tim Kennedy too, but he made this website, Cory Mills Watch, and Stolen Valor, because, dude, this guy lied so much. Army, man, I think he was a medic or something like that, right? Here's like his OMPF and stuff. So he was like a 91 Bravo. Don't remember what that was. But so these are all the things that Cory Mills, and he's a congressman in Florida, right? And he said that he was a decorated U.S. combat veteran, U.S. Army 75th Ranger Regiment. He hunted down terrorists to keep our shores and freedom safe. Forged through combat in both Afghanistan and in Iraq. Listen to these claims. These are all in chronological order, right? Served honorably and fought for our nation in Afghanistan and Iraq. Fought terrorism most of his life. I have seen and felt the cost of war. Served in Kosovo campaign in 2000. Served 7 years in Iraq and nearly 2 years in Afghanistan. Served 7 years in Iraq, Afghanistan, Kosovo, and Pakistan. 7 years in Iraq, 3 years in Afghanistan, and was blown up twice. I fought in the effing wars. I don't want to fight any more effing wars. These are all quotes from him.
Yeah.
Spent 7 years in Iraq, 2 years in Afghanistan, Kosovo, Pakistan, Somalia, and now Ukraine. Please let me know how much service you have given in your uniform. Wounded twice while deployed, blown up twice in 2006, served as a non-commissioned officer NCO operating on a long-range reconnaissance and surveillance scout team in Operation Joint Guardian as part of Task Force Falcon Kosovo in 2000, Operation Iraqi Freedom, Iraq 2003, as an attachment member of Joint Special Operations Command, JSOC. He was at a JSOC level.
This guy right here?
This dude right here, yeah. His name's Cory. He's a congressman in Florida, dude. This is what his DD-214 says. 91 whiskey MOS, right? He got that. He successfully EMT course during the 2000. His OMPF record, dude, you know what's funny? Here, check this out. Let me find it. If anybody wants to look at any of this, just click DD-214 of Cory Mills. Pops right up, right? This guy has really set it up. Check out Green Beret. You think I'm anal about digging into people? Man, he is. This guy's like, help me out, brother. Teach me your ways. But man, this will tell you everything about that. You want to see Cory Mills' OMPF? Look at this. You can just go through his OMPF. All you want. Tell you everything you want in there, right? All right, so this drags on, and then he gets out of the service in 2006, somewhere around there, right? And he lied about going to Afghanistan. He did go to Kosovo, but it was after the war. The war ended in 99. So he went in 2000. There was no war. Whatever. Cool. So that's another lie. Didn't fight there. Didn't go to Afghanistan. He went to Iraq. He did, but I think it was the tail end of the Iraq. I don't know what that was. That was crazy. Oh, someone messaged me. So he did all that. Went to Iraq. If he went to Iraq, I think he went to Kuwait. That's what I'm understanding out of it. So did that thing, and then in somewhere after 2021, he gets awarded a Bronze Star for his time in, I think this was Iraq, from this General Bra, who's right now. And the reason why we know this, because this is the new April 2021 award, right? Yep. So how and why did he get an award 20 years plus later for something he did in 0304, right? Crazy.
That date doesn't look right.
Which date?
That DA form, April 2021, that date doesn't look like it should have been on that paper. Like, look at it.
Yeah, it looks bolder, but they got the crease right, you know?
It just looks...
yeah, that crease is right through the A.
Yeah, it's right through the A.
And yeah, you could see it. It's even right there. So...
No, that's right.
This looks like a photo. Oh, it is a photo. You see that? This is the camera.
Yeah, you can see the person holding their thumb right there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Gotcha. But see, doing a little digging, you know. But dude, this is crazy, right? This is right here in Florida. We need to get him. He's a Republican. We need to get him out of office. Straight liar. Let's go. You know, they got his awards. They got everything. He probably did. He did. Oh, you know what? You know what's even crazier? He worked for this company. Like Dynacore or something like that. It was like, oh man, remember those those companies like, was it Blackwater, things like that? You remember those old contracting companies? Dynaco or something like that. But so he worked for them, but he ended up quitting because they wanted his own PF, right? And there's actual whole YouTube that this guy came in and said, oh yeah, here you go, Dynacore. So he worked for them, and he told them that he was like a sniper and all of this stuff. And that guy goes really in depth into it. I'll probably put the link in the description below. But he really dives into it, saying that he lied. Cory Mills 100% lied about it all, dude. And it was crazy, man. And then digging into that, I found this other, our Nancy Mace. Yeah. She's a representative in Florida. She started hopping on this thing and was like, dude, this guy is disgusting. He's a liar. He's like, he lied to me, he lied to Congress, he lied to everybody, lied to American people, So she started posting on it all over social media on her stuff, saying the same exact thing. Like, man, this guy is a liar. We need to get him out of Congress, Which I started going down the rabbit hole, and I found this other company or this news network called Blaze Media. And dude, they have so much reporting on it, just constant. It's crazy. And I'm like,
so what is anything actively being done or investigated?
There's a couple small podcasts like me right now.
I mean,
we're trying to push it on social media right now to try to get it out there, because you're one of my good friends. Like, we talk every day of my life, right? And or our life.
Yeah.
And so you didn't even know about that.
No, I didn't.
Right? So it's hard to spread this message.
Yeah.
And it's hard, especially now. I got to try to figure out how to do it in Orlando, because that's where people vote for him for. And then we need to put in a Republican that's good, because do you want another Democrat down there? No, but I don't want this one in there at all. So maybe we get a Democrat, but at least we don't have this guy. Yeah. Who cares at that point? So This dude needs to go down. Here, you guys want to check him out? We'll put him back up here. So Nancy Mace, right? Boom, Nancy Mace. There's, I'll have to find it, but she tells all about Cory Mills and how bad of a horrible person he is.
Dude, today's Friday.
It's Friday.
I gotta run a 5K with the kids tomorrow.
Dude, I'm so proud of you, to be honest, man. Like that, I'm very proud of you for doing that. You know. Oh yeah, dude. Here's like just.
Dude, you're the second person that said I should be proud of or said that they were proud of me today.
Dude, you know
somebody called me earlier, an old friend from 160th. He called me to tell me that another old friend from 160th died. And when we were talking, I was like telling him that's unfortunate. And I was just like, yeah, I'm trying to be better with my life, trying to do, X, Y, and Z, talking. And he's like, what are you talking about, dude? He said, you've always been solid. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, dude, I look up to you. He's like, you're retired. You've always been with your kids, doing good things with your kids, being good with your wife, things like that. And like even now, like you're running a business, you're still doing things that I look up to. So what are you talking about? And I'm like, thank you, dude. Like I didn't, I'm in my mind. I'm like thinking about Jesse. I'm like, Jesse's like, oh, and I'm like, oh shit. Somebody else said the same shit that doesn't know Jesse, so he couldn't have told him.
I did. I told him on the podcast, dog. No, but dude, you're going to college too, like,
yeah,
that's badass. Your kids are going to be like, man, my dad's got a degree. I got to get a degree, or I got to go better than him. Look at your daughter, man. I feel bad for you. You got to try to keep up with her.
Oh shit. What time is it?
12:05.
She'll be here in about 3 or 4 hours.
Dude, okay, so you remember the other day how we had the discussion of what yoga makes me feel like, right?
Yeah. No.
What? When we were talking like this, I was like, that's why I go to yoga, to clear my mind.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
When we were talking about, just similar situations,
Yeah.
in a sense. So, like, super shout out for Grateful Heart Yoga. This is the yoga I go to, right? I love it, right? But after having this, I've had this discussion with multiple friends trying to get them to go to yoga or just see how I feel or how it makes me feel and stuff. And so she asked me this morning, she was like, hey, like, can you write a good thing about one of our instructors? And I was like, yes. You know why? Because it's almost like how you talk about boxing, about just being there, second nature. You could just rattle off about it.
Yeah.
The way I feel about yoga, I could rattle off about. I don't know much about yoga and naming everything and like getting into that mindset, like the technical side of it. But man, I could talk about how it makes me feel. You know what I mean? Like, so.
And this place is right here, right? Or right nearby?
Right down the street from me. Love it. It's right down the street from both of us. I don't want to put.
Was that price right there?
It might be on there. I'll see. But so this is what I wrote. I don't want to put it up because this is a private message between me and the company, and I didn't know if they would be cool with it. But so this is what I wrote, and this is about one of the instructors too. So I won't say her name. I was like, my instructor is truly an exceptional yoga instructor who makes every class a joy to attend. Her warm, welcoming energy creates a space where everybody feels comfortable, whether you're a beginner or a seasoned yogi. She has the incredible ability to guide you through positions with clear, gentle instructions, also encouraging you to listen to your body and nudge you and grow at your own pace. I don't even really want to read this. But so the way she just makes me like, it makes me feel and it just makes me go through it is like, I just came off of the surgery and I'm getting back into it. But it allows me to go like into that personal, peaceful space. And she's rough, she's hard, she's tough. I do hot yoga. I really like hot yoga, And so she'll tell me like what to do. And it's always what my body
wants or needed.
Yeah, feels, how it adjusts, how it just needs to be like what your body feels like doing, what limits, how far you want to go. Like, I don't know. It's like,
I should probably go with you next time.
Yeah, she just makes you. She always tells you like listen to your body, and then just nudges you just over that little edge, you know. And man, I really like it. So that's a little shout out. She knows who she is. If she watches the podcast, probably not, because man, I'm crazy, dog. You know. But yeah, I feel like she just does that just gentle nudge to push you over the edge, get you a little bit farther, get you a little deeper. You know.
I hope Liz isn't watching this right now.
Oh, she does. She watches them all. Man, you know what else is like, dude, she'll like, I'll be like zenned out, like into whatever I'm in the position, and then she'll crack a joke, dude, and it'll just like take me completely out of wherever I was, no matter what I was thinking out. Even if I wasn't zenned out and I was just thinking about like stuff I got to do around life, she like take it away, she'll crack a joke, and I'm like, man, that's funny. Why would you say that? You know? And then I'm like, all right, focus. And then whatever I was thinking about is gone instantly. So it like helps you
Stay in the now.
or get even more peace. Like just try to shut the world off. I love their yoga studio. So if you guys ever in this area, if you're in the Okaloosa area, Crestview area in Florida, this is the best studio you can go to. Hands down. Like, and their instructors teach all over the place. They have a lot of stuff. I think they're doing an instructor appreciation or something right now. And I definitely appreciate just even being there. Cool people. Scroll
through that real quick.
Oh, yeah. So that's that pumpkin and Pilates. Oh, dude, they do goat yoga. Have you seen that?
Oh, my God, bro. I am not letting a goat stand on my back.
What?
Why?
I'm not doing it either.
Why?
I don't know. It's not for me. Yeah. They do have like great company. You guys need to all check it out.
I was hoping there was some prices right there.
Dude, I want to think it's like $15 drop-in, right? So you can show up for $15 for whatever class it is. It's a drop-in. Don't quote me on this, but I know it's close. And I think if you do a monthly rate, I think it's $90 a month. And you get unlimited whenever you want, you know, because I go to hot yoga. So I just want to go to those classes at my time, twice a week. You know, sometimes I like to just drop in and do like another random class or something if I'm open to it or something. But at that price, if I did a drop in twice a week, that's $30 a week. I spend $120. Boom. I'm definitely getting the membership, you know? So
yeah,
definitely 15 minute, or if you guys got $15 and about an hour. Oh, dude, my hot yoga instructor started doing ice bath or dunks or plunges. I don't know what they're called. Cold plunges. Yeah, I started doing cold plunges after. Dude, it compressed my lungs so hard that I couldn't breathe. Because I did it her technique. She told me to follow this dude that's like an ice cave legend or Iceman.
I just bought one of those.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to practice so I don't look embarrassing in front of all these girls. Dude, not going to lie. That's probably like it makes me laugh the most for me is like, I'm in the zone and I'm sort of flowing through my stuff and I look over and this like girl next to me is like 10 times better, like better form. And I'm just like drenched, dying. I'm like, and I'm like, man.
And she's just making it look easy.
Yeah,
and you're like, how do they do it?
Yeah. Well, they've been there. I just started again too, but no, these girls are solid. Oh, one of the yoga instructors over there, God, I can't remember her name. I think she's a Persian lady, right? And she is like, I've taken her class a couple times because they're like, hey, it's tough, you know, it's good. I'm like, doing it, and bro, it's rough. Sumi, something like that. Oh man. All right, we appreciate you guys watching us. This is Jesse James Show. This is Josh. He's a good friend of mine, and it was fun. Appreciate you coming out, brother.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Doug.
Cross my heart and hope to die. Welcome to my dark side.